richness of our culture and the many traditions that have stood the test of time, the Mamre and Kofuma of the Kumasi Cultural Center, also known as the Center for National Culture, Asante. Please, a round of applause for them. If you're joining us here at the Great Hall of the University of Science and Technology, this hallowed institution of learning in Kumasi, the heart of Asante. Or if you're joining us on radio, television, or online, it is because we believe history is not the path left by the past. It influences the present and can shape our future. My name is Jerry Edwin Oku Ajololu, a son of the Volta, and today, by the special grace of God, a loyal subject of our King, wise and merciful, the Otumfuo Osei-Tutu II, Asante Ene. I have known fewer honors in my lifetime than this, to stand in the name of our King, as I say good morning to you all, the great and good of Asante, sons and daughters, friends and well-wishers. We greet you in that one word which, when spoken everywhere around the world, conveys the truest and warmest expression of love and hospitality. We say Akwaba. And because I'm your son, we say Yaoba. Akwaba. We meet here today on this great day in history for a symposium on the 150th anniversary of the Sagrenti War and the launch of the book, History of the Ashanti by Otumfuo Ajman-Pembe II, as the first in the series of many events marking the silver jubilee of Otumfuo Osei-Tutu II, the 16th Asante and the current occupant of the Golden Stool. Today, we take pride in welcoming sons and daughters who have come from far and near to add their weight to this glorious celebration. Allow me the privilege of acknowledging, especially amongst us, our guest of honor, a son of Asante Man, MP for Kusumchi, and the Honorable Minister for Education, the Honorable Dr. Yao Osei-Tutu. Asante Man is pleased to welcome her own MP for Malaysia South and Minister for Energy, the Honorable Dr. Matthew Oku-Prempeh. We receive with great delight the MP for Tano North, the Minister for Sanitation and Water Resources, the Honorable Frida Prempeh. The Regional Minister joins us in solidarity, the Honorable Simon Osei-Mensah. With great joy, we receive the immediate past Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana, His Lordship Justice Kwesi Eni-Agbor. It is with profound joy that we welcome our keynote speaker, now a son of Asante Man, the Professor Tom McCaskey. He joins us with his lovely wife, Mrs. Lynn Bryden McCaskey. Very much. It will be lost on me not to acknowledge Excellencies, members of the diplomatic community, our MPs, MCs, and DCs, Nananum, and esteemed chiefs and queens from Asante Man and beyond, our religious leaders, the moderators and panelists for this morning's symposium, the Vice Chancellor of the Kenya University, Professor Mrs. Rita Akusia-Dixon, the Pro-Vice Chancellor, distinguished faculty and staff of the Kenya University, and other distinguished members of academia who have come from far and near, captains of industry, heads, teachers, students, and pupils of selected schools, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, we receive the warm and generous hospitality of Asante Mana. This historic program is live around the world on Radio Opemsuo Radio, the official mouthpiece of Asante Mana, and on Asase Radio 99.7, on TV, Oyopa TV, and numerous other affiliate platforms, both online and on traditional media. In welcoming us officially to this august event, it's my pleasure to invite the Chairman of the Council of State and the Chair of the Silver Jubilee Planning Committee, Nana Otso Sribo Chamini.
On behalf of the Otumfuo Osei-Tutu II Jubilee Planning Committee, this committee has been put together to celebrate the 20 meritorious, momentous years of Otumfuo's ascension to the golden stool. By a very happy coincidence, this year, the Silver Jubilee year, also coincides with two seminal events in the annals of Ashanti history. These are the 150 years of the sagrenti War, the sagrenti War as we call it, the corruption of the word sagrenti, and also the 100 years of the repatriation of King Nana Brepet I from the shells of the 28 years of exile. Now this function is the first of a series of activities to back the celebration, to commemorate the activities as I've enumerated. Taking them in chronological order, the 6th of February was exactly, today was exactly 150 years ago when British forces under Secretary Woolsey in Major Kumasi looted the palace of precious Nigeria and completely burnt Kumasi down and left the town smoldering after their invasion. This morning, we have assembled an array of eminent people who are knowledgeable in the Ashanti history and customs to regale us with the causes of the war, the cause of the war, and asante after the war. It is something to add that since Otumfuo's installment from 25 years ago, the issue of the return of the regalia that was looted by the British has engaged his highest attention, and he has never relented in pursuing this mission and has been knocking the doors of the British establishment with a view to getting them to return the regalia. By a happy coincidence, the British finally have answered our prayers, albeit in some veiled way. But as the Lord will say, better than that. However, some of the regalia which were taken to the US are here and going to be here until time and circumstances shall be no more. So, as I said, the jewel in the crown of the celebration will be, first and foremost, the return of the regalia from the US, from America, which will be handed over to Otumfuo the day after tomorrow, on Thursday, at the Utukudi Deba. And then the return of the regalia at the British Museum and at the British Victoria and Albert Museum on the Akweside Deba, which is slated for the 12th of May. We hope that even if it's a loan, to be a permanent loan to us. As I said earlier, there are two functions this morning. One is a symposium, and the other is the launching of the book on the history of Asante. As you all know, before the written word was introduced into our educational system or in our culture, the mode of transmitting our history, our values, our culture, and our morals and other things was through the spoken word. In the evenings, the old men would assemble the young ones and then tell them about the wars of old, our customs, our traditions, their games, and other things. So it was compulsory for children to attend these calls. Hence, we call the word Titi Asum. It has been corrupted to Titi Ka. But this Titi Asum, that is the past precise in the year. However, with the introduction of the written word and calligraphy, the year became less receptive to Titi. And therefore, new modes had to be introduced to maintain and retain our history and to transmit it from one generation to the other. We were fortunate to have Otumfuo at my grandpa, the second Asante, the first formally indicated Asante to ascend the stool in 1931, and through the date of his hard work, was able to restore the Confederacy, which had been disbanded in 1896 in 1935. Immediately upon ascending the stool, he felt that our modes needed to change. So, perhaps our children were going to school, and for that matter, they were not getting the tuition that they deserved and they had to have. He assembled other eminent people, the Sakwajeis, the Ike, See Yourselves, the Aki and others, to give our history the benefit of being put down in writing, so as to remove the inconsistencies and the contradictions that attend to transmitting history orally. This was indeed a formidable task, which lasted several years. And it is a happy coincidence that he had Professor Tom Maskaski, an eminent son of Asante, who has he's been with Ashanti for over